Honestly, I think sometimes we just kind of wait to feel in control before we reset. But I think we really need to flip that. Like we need to reset first, even if it's in a tiny way, and watch how it shifts our energy. Hey, friend, welcome to Tidy the Clutter podcast. I'm Mariah, and I'm so glad you're here. This is your space for discovering real life ways to simplify both your home and digital world. Life moves fast, and between work, family, and everything else on your plate, finding time to get organized can really feel overwhelming. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be. Each episode, we'll be exploring practical strategies and simple solutions that make organizing feel doable, even on your busiest days. Whether you're looking to create routines that stick, streamline your digital life, or bring more calm to your living spaces, you'll find actionable tips you can start using right away. So get comfy, grab your favorite drink, and let's dive in. Hey friend, let me guess. Your house is louder, messier, and somehow stickier than usual. Yeah. Definitely sounds like summer. If your kids are home, routines are most likely off, and every surface just kind of feels like it has toys, crumbs, or even half finished projects on it. You are not alone. My house right now, complete and utter chaos between the heat, the messes, and the I'm bored chorus. It's a lot. It's a lot to handle. And just so we're keeping it very real, I'm still working full time through all of this from home with my kids here. It's a blessing and it's a jungle, and we're just doing the best we can. So we're just juggling everything all at once. It's fine. We're doing great. But today I want to talk about what to do when your home feels like it's spiraling, because I'm not sure what's been going on this year that's so insanely different from last year in just like a normal summer routine. But this year has just felt so much more chaotic. So I want to talk about that. Like, why? Why is it doing that? Specifically, I want to chat about how to kind of create these micro reset routines. Not the funnest term ever, but I want to talk about them and how we can make them work with our summer chaos and not against it. So, not everything has to spiral out of control. So, that's super nice because, yes, your home is full, but you still deserve to feel grounded in it. So, before we get into the practical stuff, let me just say this: your mental load is heavier in summer. I think that's just normal. At least for me, my mental load is very much heavier in summer. It's not in our heads. It's not. Everything just sometimes feels harder because it kind of is. The kids are all around more. There's more noise, more stuff, more heat. So, of course, your routines feel completely off. But instead of overhauling everything or waiting for September to bring back your peace, ours this year, side note, is August, which I think is insane. It's like beginning of August. Anyway, let's talk about 3 tiny reset rhythms that are actually doable right now. So the first one is the morning zone, I don't know, sweep, if that's even going to make sense. So pick one zone that always seems to kind of get trashed first. For us, it's the living room. My girls wake up, grab toys, and suddenly we've got Barbies, magnet tiles, and pretend smoothie stands all out at one time. So now, before anything else happens in the morning, I spend 5 minutes just resetting that space, typically from the previous night because I'm up before the girls. Now, mind you, I'm a stickler for having the girls clean up their mess before bedtime. And sometimes it's a matter of woof, and they like somehow It's not like they brushed it under the rug, but it feels like that because you can kind of still see it. But by the end of the night, I'm pooped and I'm like, it's not on the floor. That's a win. Okay. So in the morning, I will kind of just spend 5 minutes just resetting it, I guess, to my standard. I don't know. That sounds so silly, but I just want to reset that little space. So I will put pillows back or those toys that really don't go in that kitchen sink. I'm going to pop them into their bucket. So it's not really a deep clean. It's just kind of return it back to its normal, I guess. And it feels good. It feels good to look at it and be like, ooh, that's nice. And it just kind of sets the tone. Even if the rest of the day goes completely sideways, it just kind of sets that tone. Then the second one is kind of like the toy thing. I cannot remember what episodes I've talked about this in, but I'm a huge fan of like a 2 themed rule or a 3 themed rule. In our house, I like to have the girls, like, if they are playing with the kitchen stuff, awesome. And then they're like, let's play Barbies. So then they get the Barbie stuff out too. Great. I'm okay with that. But then it's like, now let's get the magnet tiles out. And you can tell that they're not playing, the Barbies are not cooking in the giant kitchen and climbing all over the magnet tiles. Or else that would be a different thing, right? Like, that's like one whole game. You can tell that they're very different games that they're playing. And so I like to tell them, okay, if you want to get the magnet tiles out, we have to clean up the other 2 things first, which is not always a terrible idea. Sometimes I think if I stay on top of it, it won't make as big of a mess. But mind you, the girls are still having fun. And I have to remind myself, like, it's okay. It can get messy because we can always clean it up later. Anyway, so number 3, the 5 minutes reset or reclaiming your space. And this one in particular is for you, mama, because your space matters too. Like, nobody really fights for our space except for us. So we got to fight for some space here. And in the summer, we often just let our own spaces go because we're so focused on everyone else, just because it's in our nature to focus on everybody else but us. So I've been setting kind of like a mental 5-minute timer and doing what I call like a vanity sweep. I laugh because my vanity is just such a nightmare that it literally needs its own little reset in and of itself. So I'm going to call it the vanity sweep. Just hear me out. That's going to be my space. So I've been setting kind of like a mental 5-minute timer and doing a very personalized sweep. My space that always gets insane, and particularly this summer, is my vanity. There's makeup and earrings and random kid hair clips and nail polish and random necklaces that the kids put on there. And there's just so many random things that I'm like, oh, I like don't even have it in me to look at it. And every time I walk by it later in the day, I'm like, oh man, that is so stressful. So if I just focused my mental 5-minute timer on a particular section of the vanity, or there is a spot where I've piled a few too many books on there, it's like, okay, just grab a chunk of books and put them away, put them where they need to go. I feel like it would make things so much calmer. And if you're listening and you're like, yes, I have a place that is exactly like that, I would highly recommend checking out the 5-minute reset checklist. I mean, it's super easy, super quick, and it's really meant for us mamas. Get us in, get us out, and let us see a little bit of a win. So if you want to grab it, it's at the show notes, tidytheclutter.com/042. And it's really a no pressure way to kind of start feeling like you're in control again, even if the rest of the entire house is a complete mess. So, anyway, my challenge this week is going to be for myself to get on that vanity and clean it up. So, I'm going to spend ideally 5 minutes a day working on my vanity for an entire week and see how it goes. Honestly, I think sometimes we just kind of wait to feel in control before we reset. But I think we really need to flip that. Like we need to reset first, even if it's in a tiny way, and watch how it shifts our energy. So if your living room is a complete wreck, the kids are eating popsicles before 10 a.m., no judgment here, and you're feeling like, why is it like this again? Like, again, it is like this. You're not doing anything wrong. This is just summer. And I think if we can give ourselves some breathing room, we'll realize that it's kind of like this almost every summer. And these tiny resets, the 3 tiny resets that I mentioned today, I'm hoping that they are going to give you kind of a clearer way through summer. One more thing. If this episode made you, maybe it made you laugh. If it made you laugh or made you just kind of breathe a little bit deeper or gave you a new idea to try, would you do me a favor and share it with a friend? Text them the link or screenshot the episode and just send it along. We moms need to stick together and help each other out for sure. You've got this, mama, and I will see you next week with more doable ways to feel calm and capable no matter what the heck this season throws at us. And don't forget, if you want to grab that 5-minute reset checklist, it's at tidytheclutter.com/042. I will see you next week, my friend. Bye. That's all for today's episode. Remember, creating a tidy home isn't about perfection. It's about taking one small step at a time. Each tiny win adds up. And before you know it, you are making real progress in your space and your life. I hope you're leaving today feeling excited about your next small step forward. Did this episode hit home for you? Share it with that friend who's been feeling overwhelmed lately. Sometimes knowing we're not alone in the struggle is exactly what we need to hear. And if you are loving these tips, following the podcast and leaving a quick review really helps other moms discover these simple solutions too. You can find all the resources mentioned in today's episode, plus explore our previous episodes at tidytheclutter.com/podcast. And hey, if you haven't grabbed your free digital declutter checklist yet, this is your friendly reminder, my friend. Digital clutter is sneaking into our lives more and more each day, but you can take control before digital clutter takes control of you. Head over to tidytheclutter.com/digital15 to get started. Until next time, keep things simple, stay focused, and enjoy those small wins along the way. Take care and talk soon.